They got to the rim and scored.
Yeah, he had the jetpack on today, Steve, blowing by the defender no matter who they put on it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for the West All-Stars. They've got Klay Thompson. Marc Gasol is out there with Durant. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Curry in a point guard. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Harden's checked in.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. I mean, the score is right where you'd expect it to be when the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
And it ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
20 seconds on the shot clock. 20.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. That's good.
Yeah.
Harden's got 37.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts. Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Now, here is Harden. 37 points for him. Goes back up. And the layup by Curry. Curry's got 5.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh. Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And guys, the league has taken some steps to pick up the pace of the game. Over the last decade, we've seen a lot of rule changes with hand checks and zone defenses and tightening up flagrant foul rules and physical play in general.
And there's the 3-second violation.
Inexcusable mistake for a team that's trying to get back into the game.
Yeah, I have no clue what he was thinking about there. As a matter of fact, he may have had his brain in neutral.
Harden's shot is good.
These guys putting on the clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Not sure what he was thinking there. That's embarrassing.
You think? I mean, come on now. Doesn't he realize there's a game going on here? This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
And so out of bounds it goes. And they retain possession. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The West All-Stars shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And he can't hit the second. Here's Durant. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Durant's got 11 points.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time. He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
And the struggles continue. Just awful. Scoreless in this quarter, in fact. He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Here's Harden. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
The basket good off the assist from Durant. Harden's got 49 points in the game.
He's really carried this team offensively here today.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
From half court. And that one ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
I don't like it when people
And you
make
talk
it too
about
easy for
huge
me.
single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back,
I'm not
only
saying
one play. Think
about
of
the
this,
money
only
is
one
making
play
it too easy. I'm
in
saying
NBA
that
history to
whoever
go
his
triple
teammate is
digits.
served as
And that's
a war.
the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, on March 2nd, 1962.
Yeah, 100 points. I mean, one of those records that stood a long time, and perhaps
No.
no player has so single-handedly dominated the game
It's
the
the
way Wilt
point
did.
that you shouldn't have court
And
shot.
the baseline jumper, no good.
West All-Stars.
Here comes Durant.
Kevin Durant.
He's got 11.
That's his third personal.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight.
Shooting for West All-Stars.
And he can't get the first one.
At the line for 2.
I think
And
how
the
many
second
points
free
he would
throw,
have if
good.
he actually was trying the whole game. I have
And so
56
here are the
points.
West All-Stars. It's Harden with the drive. That's good.
James Harden.
Harden's got 51.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
West Ball.
Big blunder there, and that could cost them.
Major blunder, and you're right. A terrible time for that to happen when they're trying to chip away at this deficit.
Mark Gasol.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one. And here is Curry. Durant is out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Mark Gasol. Then it's Curry. And it's Harden in the 2-guard position. That's the 5 for the West All-Stars right now.
That's his second personal.
Well, a new award in the NBA starting 2 seasons ago, the Twyman Stokes Best Teammate. And the first honoree was Chauncey Billups.
And the names of that award memorializes the incredible story of Jack Twyman and Maurice Stokes. Stokes, an NBA All-Star in each of his first 3 seasons. But in a game in 1958, he took a hard fall, hit his head, and thereafter became paralyzed.
One of the saddest and most moving stories in the history of sports. Stokes was waived by the team, and his family couldn't afford his gigantic medical bills, but his teammate, Jack Twyman, worked tirelessly on his behalf. A tremendous story.
Don't quit. Come on.
Love,
There's only 4 minutes and 39 seconds left.
service in a tough
You can
situation.
do this.
Goes up off the inbound.
James Harden.
Yep, he's their leading scorer, Kevin, in this game, and has been the dominant figure today. No doubt about it.
Puts up a prayer. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars. Durant's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. The 10-footer. And it's wide
Oh,
right.
you guys saw
It's off
that
the
too,
rim.
right?
Clark, they've been looking at a sink
Yeah, I was
offensively.
like,
You know what? A basket here would do a
USA
lot
doing
for
the
their confidence.
nay-nay.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the West All-Stars?
West All-Stars.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
And they're getting the ball inside, which is what I like. High percentage shots down on the block and in the paint area.
Here's Curry. It's Harden with the drive. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 57 points for James Harden. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Harden right side. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
Well, it started a few years ago, and it looks like it's a trend that is here to stay. Sleeve jerseys, once again, making their presence felt in the NBA. I got to admit, I don't see the appeal for players. I never like to shoot with a sleeved shirt on. It kind of tugs at your arm, but it sells, and that's the big thing for the league.
And the layup falls.
Assist from
Harden's got 59 points. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Well, as Steve was talking about, the sleeves might bother some, others not so much, but with last year and the All-Star teams using them as well as the Christmas games, Clark, it is the de facto special edition jersey now, it seems.
And, you know, it's good for some casual fans who want to support their teams without running around winter wearing a tank top.
Like you and I are doing right now.
Still, Western All-Stars.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Now here's Curry. It's Harden with the drive.
James Harden.
Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
Pass to Durant. Curry with the steal. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's gotten all three of his shots to fall for him. 3 for 3. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that. Well, it looks like it's in his head right now. He looks tight. He's not producing, and his team's struggling as well.
And he gets the bucket. 7 points for Kevin Durant.
The defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
He's gotten a lot of individual defensive attention all game long, and I think it's really bothered him and thrown him off.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
It's Harden with the drive. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Kevin, it's disheartening to see them keep missing
Is that supposed to do
opportunities
something?
to extend the lead at the line. I mean, when you have a chance to put a team away from the line, you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to give them a chance to come back on you.
Now you look at hard fouls.
Oh,
and
my
what's
Lego
now
dude.
considered a flagrant foul. The referees in the league has really sort of changed the rule.
You know
over the
Lego dude
course of the
too?
last decade, and I think it's for the better. It used to be you could get
I know
away
him
with
too.
basically mugging a player. Now you have to be more careful, and I think it's good for the protection of the player and for the improvement of the game.
1:27 left in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the West All-Stars.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Harden. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket
Is that
just
supposed to do
seems to
something?
be incredibly wide.
And he knocks down the first one.
You still think that's going to do something to my shooting?
Harden hits them both. And the West All-Stars have possession. And it's going to be out of bounds. And they retain possession.
19 seconds.
There's a minute left in the fourth quarter of this one. Curry passes to Harden. Shoots from 14. And Curry pulls it down. They're struggling to keep up.
Now we'll see if they can turn things around on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty. Not sure what he was thinking there. That's embarrassing.
You think? I mean, come on now. Doesn't he realize there's a game going on here?
They have to box out better than that. I mean, that putback is just another example of the difference between these two teams today.
34 seconds
5-second
left.
differential between the shot clock and the game clock. To the middle. Here's Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Harden kicks to Thompson. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for the West
you, guys.
All-Stars as they get the win. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these
Well,
guys
guys,
played
that was
great
it's Elite
all-around
Sniper here.
basketball
I'm
game.
out.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris
One
Berg, this is
big
Kevin Harlan, along
massacre.
with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning
Like
in.
you like it,
Now it's time to
and
present our
subscribe
Jordan Player of the
if you're
Game,
new.
James Harden.